You know, if I'm able to make a difference to anyone that's just trying to break into this industry, then that for me, I'm doing something right.
The glitz and glam is the fame, but it's the work backstage that makes the game. I'm Crystel and Fayee Peni, your host. Come with me behind the lens and watch their stories unfold. I'm incredibly excited for our next guest here on Behind the Lens. She's a fashion designer and director for her own fashion show. And she's also gone around to be teaching in various locations, not just in Australia, but also overseas for some emerging, inspiring fashion designers to teach them some skills. Please welcome onto Behind the Lens, Fayee Peni. Now, speaking about the future a little bit more, what are you hoping to achieve out of Pacific International Runway aside from bringing it to the mainstream? What are maybe some future themes that you're hoping to achieve in the show? What are you hoping to bring more out from things that you're doing?
Okay, when we started the PIR, Pacific International Runway, we got acknowledged through organisations in Europe. So they chose 12 of our designers to go and showcase in Europe, and that was Milan, Paris, New York, and London.
Wow.
So to be able to be acknowledged, these designers, so they were given the opportunity to go overseas and showcase their brand and all. So 2 of them took that opportunity. I wasn't able to go because of the shows that I held. So these 2 went, and for them to experience and get that acknowledgement that one of them actually was what is that brand? A well-known brand, and they invited her to their office and everything. I'm trying to think. I'll remember it, but and for her to be able to go there and get information from him, and he was directing her in how and where to go, or manufacturers and all that. So that's a huge plus and everything. And this whole platform for us, and the reason why we're doing it was purely for the purpose of building that repertoire for the designers to expand out to the mainstream market. It wasn't about just the show. It was
a purpose.
Yeah, there's a purpose behind it. See, I've been reached out by another group in regards to wanting me to teach the year 7 and year 9 students out towards Mount Druitt area to empower them, on things like this, that it is possible for them to have the dream, or whatever their dream is, that they don't have to think about their surroundings or whatever, but that it is possible for them, to be able to do the things that we've gone through and we've done. And there's been a lot of other opportunities where we got, there was, have you heard of the Moana?
The movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I love that movie. That was incredible. It was full of culture.
Yeah. So with that Moana movie, one of the well-known musicians, Te Waka, a group called Te Waka, and they were part of putting the music together for Moana. So they were, because of the success of the film and everything, they were to premiere on the premiere of Moana in Hollywood. So where The Rock and they were all going to be there. So we got the opportunity to design their garments.
Yeah.
Now, Lepo itself could have done it all on their own. But you see, that's not what PIR is about. So what we did was PIR then chose 6 designers from all the different Pacific Islands. So that way that they were represented. And then when they brought it, so each one was given a band member to design.
That's incredible.
And so that was a designer from Samoa, which was Cecilia Kyle.
Yeah.
Tongan was Iki Hangana, and Fiji was what was his name? Hupfield. Hupfield Herbert. Hupfield, yes. And then there was from New Zealand as well. So we also had from here, myself, Australia. We had also another designer from Tokelau. And the opportunity that was given to us. So when we designed all the garments for each one of these band members, they first had to be approved by the stylist, which is Sam Sabaru, and he has that program. He's American, well-known stylist in America, and his program is something old and something new. It's where the bride chooses whether she's going to wear the mother's gown or whether she's going to design.
Yeah.
So he was the actual stylist that had to approve all these garments to be showcased on the red carpet at Hollywood.
And how did that go?
Every one of them passed.
Incredible.
And so this is where all the designers that were involved in that particular project had gotten that recognition. So
And they all came from different islands.
yes, yes.
So you, through Pacific International Runway, you united everyone to make a big statement in the mainstream media through such a big film. That's very memorable for not just the young generation, but also the older generations. I love that movie myself.
It is.
And I think I also saw that your brand designed for Olivia.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm her designer for some of her musics and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. So that's really incredible. You're really going at it. Keep pushing forward to pave. It's kind of like you're a leader in a way, that you're paving a route or road for all of these fashion designers to break through to the mainstream market, not just for you, but for them as well, through Pacific International Runway. And that's really incredible.
Well, I do know that there is another show, and she's an awesome woman herself, because she actually put Fiji on a fashion calendar, and her name is Ellen Whippy. So she owns the Fiji Fashion Week, and I've seen her do a lot of work also for the community there, for the Fijian community. She has, opened also a lot of doors. For me is it's all about sharing one's talent.
That's true.
And like I said, Nepal could have done that on their own, but where PIA is not about Nepal, PIA is not about Fayee. PIA, the platform, is about the designers. Now, when I say Pacific, I mean multicultural, because after all, Australia is multicultural.
That's true.
And we will be having Filipino designers. So I love, what's his name, the designer that
Rocky Gabacon?
Yes, I love his stuff. Absolutely love his stuff. So I admire a lot of designers, and there are designers that are greater and bigger than myself. I'm just a small portion. But if I can share what has been given to me to others, great.
You're able to make that small change no matter what, to help make a bigger change in the world.
So I have my eye on some of the designers in Papua New Guinea. The designers that are coming from out that way, it's phenomenal. And a lot of people think that PNG is small, but it isn't. It's massive. It's a huge country, a population of 9 million plus, bigger than New Zealand itself. And towards where they're going, I think the Pacific should keep an eye on PNG, because they are moving really strongly and way ahead, and it's awesome to see. For me, it's great to see a lot of our multicultural designers be acknowledged, in the fashion industry. I do know of one that has actually broken out, that is up in par with a lot of the top designers, and he's of Fijian origin, and there's another one which is Tongan origin. So, that alone is quite a big achievement.
That's really nice and really admirable as well to be seeing you bring out so many other people with you. Like you mentioned, Yaya isn't just about you, it's about everyone else and bringing them together and creating that power together in unity. Now, what would you say you're most excited about in the near future?
What am I most excited about in the near future? You know, if I am able to make a difference to anyone that's just trying to break into this industry, then that, for me, I'm doing something right. Yeah.
And that's what you look forward to the most.
Yeah, because I've lived my life and I still live my life, you know. But when we can make a difference and as true leaders build other leaders to be greater and bigger than yourself, would be the best thing.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what more you're going to be doing and what more other projects you're going to be working on in the future. Thank you so much for allowing us to interview you today here at Behind the Lens. I had such a pleasure and learned so many things about fashion designing, yourself, and the work that you're doing through Pacific International Runway and the other projects that you've been able to do. So it's really incredible and I can't wait to see what more you're going to be doing.
No, thank you very much for also giving us this opportunity. As I said, I wish I could have my whole team, because it's that team that has made us to where we are, just coming together, and this is what it's really all about. It's all about bringing everyone else to unify together. Instead of calling people down, let's help build each other up, no matter what.
You're going to make a bigger impact out of it.
Yeah, you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From a young age, she's always been inspired by fashion, color, patterns, and anything to do with being artistic and creative. She inherited it from her own mother, who was a sewing teacher. And from there, she's always worked on improving and pushing beyond her comfort zone to improve her designs and hopefully bring it to the mainstream. After our interview today, it's clear that she is doing some incredible work. She's really succeeding in the industry and leaving a pathway not just for her, but for many other designers as well to break through to the mainstream market and really make a big statement. I can't wait to see what future projects she's going to be doing and the future runway shows of Pacific International Runway and the future collections of the flow of Fayee Peni. I'm sure that many of you girls and guys who are fashion designers here have learned at least one valuable thing from Fayee today. And remember, this is Behind the Lens. Hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure that you are following all of our social media pages. And as always, the glitz and glam is the fame, it's the work backstage that makes the game. I'm Crystel and Fayee Peni, your host, and I will see you all